Okay, so just a brief introduction what we're doing here today. So welcome to the new episode of our webinar, which is about marketing for startups today, about steps that you need to do when you are launching your product. We're here InnMind.com, the web platform for startups and investors. If you're looking for investors, if you're looking for support to search for funding, feel free to register your project on our platform. If you need any support in preparing your marketing strategy, you can see here the specialist today, our expert, Dr. Jonikas. He will introduce himself a bit later, just in a while. And if you need more support with your online marketing, with your social media activities, with your content marketing and other aspects of online promotion, feel free to address to InnMind platform. And we will give you the link to our platform just in a minute. Our moderators here will send you the link in the chat. So today we're going to speak, as I already mentioned, about product launch, about marketing steps, marketing strategy that you need to develop once you have your product, and even before you have your product ready. We have with us today Dr. Jonikas, who has his PhD in marketing management, and who has been communicating with startups extensively in the recent time, in the recent years. And based on his communication with startups, based on the real cases and real research that he has done during this communication, he has written the book about the marketing activities and about the launch of a startup, which is called Startup Evolution Curve. So I will give the word to you, Donatas. Please feel free to say a bit more about your book. And just a short comment, today we have quite an interactive webinar, so you can ask questions in the chat. And if you have questions addressed to Donatas, please mention his name in the beginning. If you have just a general question or a technical question, you can address it to our moderators. All right, so please, Donatas, take the floor. You can start.
Okay. Thank you, Kate, for the nice introduction. So I'll briefly introduce what we are going to talk today. So the main topic of our today's webinar is the product launch, and to check if you have done all your homework before, even before launching your product. So generally, a brief introduction about myself. So actually, I have a PhD in economics and master's degree in marketing. I've been working in marketing for more than 12 years with quite different companies. I've developed and helped implement more than 50 strategies for different companies in different countries around the globe. So after the 50, I stopped counting simply because I didn't see much sense in that. And my main specialization for quite a while was B2B marketing, especially business-to-business service marketing. I've been in this field for approximately 8 years. And the remaining 4 or 5 years, I'm engaged in startup marketing. And it happened so that I wrote a book on startup marketing. And today I'm going to share some kind of tips and small tricks from this book. And before that, I will introduce the research on which is based this book, that you could have a solid background, that these knowledges are not just from my own mind, but from real case examples. So first of all, we're briefly going to talk about the scope of the research which was done. Then we will talk about product launch and what kind of homework you should be doing on this. Generally, I've put 7 checkups for your marketing homework before product launch. And finally, we have a Q&A session. As Kate mentioned already, if you have any kind of questions directed to me, just mention in the chat box here below my name, Donatas, then put your question. It will be much easier for me to notice that, okay, here's a question for me, and if we are still on the same page with the presentation, with the relevancy with your question, I will try answer the question at once. And if it happens so that we will run out of the time and you will still have any kind of questions, just shoot them in the chat box, and I've already agreed with the InnMind staff that I will answer those questions, and these answers will be available via the email, via the InnMind platform. So let's start from the research, from the scope of the research to have the confidence about what we're going to talk about next. So the research took almost 9 months for me to do all of this stuff, and actually more than 1,500 startups enrolled to the research, but only 1,447 startup answers, so startup founder answers, were taken into account because they were really precise. They didn't miss the qualification question, the secret question. And finally, I done in addition nearly 500 in-depth interviews with startup founders. I was checking what methodologies of startup marketing they are adopting, which of those methodologies are successful for them, which are not, and why. For instance, maybe they don't know certain methodologies, or they don't know how to apply them, or they apply these methodologies but in the wrong time, in the wrong place, in the wrong circumstances. So based on all of that, I developed a consistent methodology and already shared some results from the research with the media, with Slovak startups, Silicon Vikings, InnMind community, Startup Guys, Business News here in Lithuania, and some other medias. And here is the scope, the geographical scope, and the business scope of startups that fell under the scope of the research. So most of the startups were based in Central, Eastern European, and Western European countries. Then quite much, almost 1/5 of the startups were based in North America, mainly United States, and from all over the world. I was surprised that I received such a great traction from all over the world of those startups, and I'm really thankful for InnMind community because they shared the news about my research. They helped to spread the news about this survey, and yeah, so thank you guys once again. And about the industry, I'm not sure if it's relevant to the global representation mark, but most of startups were doing something in software and mobile application, and generally they were working on apps for businesses. Yes, there were many other startups from other fields, and there were some startups they couldn't find any of those categories. They were too innovative, and they had something awesome that they couldn't fit into any of those categories. So do we have here on the webinar startups that don't fall under any of those industries right here? It would be interesting, because if you are out of there, I'll try to recall myself if there were such industries mentioned in the research, and we could get into more details, into more specifics about that, if you wish. Okay. About the startup type and startup funding, okay, the pie is quite nice here as well. Quite many options there were. Most of startups were scalable and viable. And actually, that falls under the main assumption. What is a startup? Actually, the startup is the organization built for high growth, for scalability, and is based on some kind of an innovation, like innovation in the business model, innovation in product, innovation on value delivery. So my research took into account scalable and viable startups, and there were more than 1,000 such of startups. Why we are talking today about product launch? Actually, this is a serious problem for most startups. Maybe it's not like a problem, but an issue, because almost half of the startups I was talking during the research, during the in-depth interviews, they were already on the market. They were not just testing their products like to find product market fit, but they were already selling their products in the real market. but only 39% of them had developed their brand and positioning, and only 17.4% of them had a consistent marketing plan. So that was quite a surprise for me, because crafting a positioning statement, developing your marketing strategy, and preparing your marketing plan doesn't require any kind of significant money or investment. It requires your effort, your thoughts, and a bit of your time. And it helps to increase the success chances of your product launch. The result of my research is a startup marketing manual called Startup Evolution Curve. And today we're going to talk about those marketing tips that are related with the product launch. Here are a few reviews, just few reviews of beta readers from this book. Actually, I asked experts from different countries to tell what they think about my book, because I spent almost a year writing this book, running this research. I wanted to make a comprehensive marketing manual for startups, and I received 30 highly positive testimonials and reviews from all over the world, from United States, from Europe, from all around the world. So here are just a few of them, but okay, that's it. Let's go to the to the business, to the product launch, and your homework checkup. So the first one question which should be answered is, have you found your product market fit, and do you have a core value proposition? If you don't have it, it's not a good idea to enter the market. So the main point here is to have a core value, an essential value that your customers like, adore, and they perceive it as highly important. If you have just nice to have benefit, this won't work very well. Does anyone know what means nice to have benefit in this context? So could you give me some ideas what you think, what it is? Generally speaking, nice to have is something that maybe is great, maybe is awesome, but it's not an essential. So if the customer has money, has a great mood, yes, maybe. Oh yeah, what do you mean by benefits? Benefit means something useful, something valuable. As for instance, Stephen, what kind of product are you developing? Are you working on? Let's take from your perspective to check what could be a benefit in yours. Yeah, nice to have, but not essential. I'm sorry. Yes, correctly. So, what industry you are in, Steve? If you could just give us, we could base on your particular example. Fast delivery, for example. Oh, web application based for dietology. Okay. For instance, in your case, what I think nice to have benefit could be an option to choose various recipes for dietology. For instance, if I want to gain weight, to gain muscles, or if I want to lose some weight, so lose some fat, you can provide me a wide variety of recipes. What should I eat? That would be some kind of a nice to have benefit, because I could choose from what I want. But what is the essential value is to lose weight or to gain weight. So if your app would solve the exact problem what I want, that would be an essential value. It means like the variety of recipes, it might be like just nice to have benefit, but not an essential value, because even if there is 200 or 1000 recipes on the platform, it doesn't make the product to be the most awesome product, probably, unless there is some additional values which makes your app, your product, the must-use product in this case. So let's move further. Do you know the value proposition canvas? It was introduced by Amanda Osterwalder. I highly recommend to use this canvas when you are trying to create your value proposition. Oh yeah, the comment from Steve. Yeah, recommends exact products and calculates calories. Yeah, it might be an essential value if it is convenient for a customer. It might be. It might be because if I know my number of calories that I should take or could not or should not exceed a day, and your app helps to calculate that in the easy way, then it could be an awesome app. Because I have checked few of such apps, and most of them are not very convenient to calculate those details. Okay, now let's get back to value proposition design. So the first point here is to know what jobs your customer has to do in the context of your product or your service. As for instance, if you have the example from Steve, if the customer wants to lose weight, what he has to do, yeah, to eat less food and to move more, yes, but one of the jobs is to calculate calories. So if the Steve's app helps him to calculate those calories, it means the app does the job for the customer. So we can put it right here. Another aspect is to check what pains our customer has. Just to ask a question, what doesn't allow your customer to sleep at night? What so terrible problems is on your customer's mind? And finally, what gains, what benefits, what extra value they maybe even couldn't dream about. Like, for instance, if I want to lose weight in a day, I'm not stupid, I'm not dreaming about that. But if you could offer losing weight in a very efficient and ecological, ethical way, that might be a gain that customer would adore. So finally, when we are finished with customer perspective, then we should think about gain creators and pain relievers from product or from service side. It's not necessarily the final product, just think, okay, what kind of pain relievers we have here? Okay, the pain is to calculate exactly the calories. Can we solve this issue? If you can, yes, it's a pain reliever. What gains? Losing kilograms or gaining kilograms? It depends, yes? And finally, only then we have to bundle products and services into a solution, into the value proposition. So these are the steps. First of all, we are taking from the customer perspective what job he has to do, what pains, what gains. Then we check from our side how we could help them, and then we bundle the solution. The research which I did showed that more than 42% of startups are trying to address really serious problems. They try to create tremendous value, great value for customers. They understand that they must do that, but they haven't tested that in the market, or they did it in the wrong way. There's a question, can the product be based only on pains? Actually, yes. Yes, if you are addressing serious pain, the product can be based on that. But if we're going to talk about the competitive advantage, you should have in mind that if your competitive advantage is based only on one benefit, on one feature, on one pain, for most of the competitors it will be quite easy to copy you. So if you could build your value proposition at least on a couple of features, that could be much more secure for you for the long run. Medicaments, probably. What do you mean, Mark, by medicaments? Can the product be based only on pains, medicaments? Maybe yes. Maybe yes. But most of the medicaments have their side effect. So if you would, I don't know what kind of, based on pains, yes. I don't know what kind of medicaments you are talking about. But if you could offer the medicaments that solve the problem and are convenient to use, that will be much better. So for instance, the main pain of the medicaments, they solve is some kind of a disease, some kind of a symptom, but the way how you deliver those medicaments, maybe even the innovative way how you deliver them to the customer might be your additional gain to the customer. That might be, that we could think about it on. Okay, now let's get back to the presentation. When you have focused on solving, the problem, on creating a tremendous gain for customer, but you won't have market verification, you won't have the confirmation from customers until you ask them to pay you. What it means we will see in one example, because here is such an expression like saying is not the same as paying. You can survey as many customers as you want, and they will say, yes, it's an awesome product, I will buy it, I will pay you, but offer them to purchase your product with a discount. At the moment they say that, yes, it's an awesome product, I would buy it. And check how many of them will buy your product, and this will be the exact number, the right answer. Do they like your product or not? So I'm just curious, do we have any startups here who are working on any kind of apps, especially mobile applications? Because here we're going to talk about the mobile application example. It's from Ireland. Patricia O'Sullivan developed Pixie, and we will check how she did the market fit verification. So through my practice, I've seen many startups that are developing app and think that, okay, there's some kind of a duck with a golden eggs. I will create an app and I will get some kind of revenue streams from advertising or from whatever. But most of those apps are not verified in real market conditions. So what Patricia did, she wanted to create an app for small repair shops, for the guys who are fixing cars, not for the big repair shops, not for auto car care services. So she wanted to address serious problems to help those auto repair shops to do their business. The thing was that Patricia, from her childhood, wanted to do something with cars, but her parents said, sorry, you are a girl, you won't be doing anything with cars, you should be doing something else. But finally, when she got grown up, she thought, okay, why I couldn't create a business, an app for that would help auto repair shops. So she had, as far as I remember, approximately 20 possible problems and issues that the app could solve for auto repair shops. The ideas that these are kind of problems that could be solved. She did interviews with 106 repair shops in 5 countries. She was based in Ireland, but she talked not only to repair shops in Ireland. Some of those repair shop owners were interviewed a few times, even 5 or 6. And she had to build 26 prototypes on PowerPoint. I guess she did it on Kinotopia. So if she wouldn't have tested her app idea within the market, within the presentation, what results she would have achieved? She had to pivot 25 times till she found the number 26 to be quite well accepted in the market. And finally, she ran an experiment that I called 5,000 grand experiment. What she did, she generally estimated that to create such an app that she was thinking about, the prototype number 26, should cost approximately $30,000. Yeah, her estimations were quite primary. The actual price went higher later on, but let's take that for the initial amount. She came to 3 auto repair shops just to see what is possible and to check the assumption, as I mentioned, saying is not the same as paying. She came to 3 auto repair shops and explained the situation. That here is the app. She showed the PowerPoint presentation, what the app going to do, and interviewed those repair shop owners and said that to create such app costs approximately 30,000 grand. She's ready to input 15,000 grand from her own, but still 15,000 are needed. So if your repair shop could join the project with 5,000 grand, Patricia would grant the lifetime access to all of the features, to all of the updates, and so on and so on with this app, and she would have to think about commercialization from the other end. And what happened? She talked to 3 auto repair shops, and 3 auto repair shop owners said, yes, take our $5,000 and build this app. We see it very useful for our business. So would you like to have some similar market verification for your product before launching it into the real market? So here is a small screenshot from Pixie website made a few days ago. As I mentioned, she had an idea about solving 20 problems, adding 20 gains or something like that. but the final version had addressed only three main problems: customer loyalty, rapid decisions, and zero paperwork. Probably the number one headache for most of the repair shops was to take the accountancy issues, to take the money, to issue the receipts, and etc. etc. Who likes doing that? I don't know any of the repair shop guys who would adore this. So the app allows solving those accountancy issues seamlessly without any worries. The second point is rapid decisions. The app helps car owners to make their decision whether to repair the car or not faster. How it's done? It's quite simple. When the mechanic checks the car and notice what should be repaired, in the app he marks that, okay, this should be changed, this should be repaired, this would cost, and he writes approximately or even exact price. And what the system does, when the mechanic checks, puts the tick on a certain area of the car, the customer receives a message from the inside of the app that, okay, here is the diagnostics report of your car, and here is what needs to be done, and what happens if you won't do this. And for instance, is it a vital issue, or you can still live with it and change some spare parts in the future. And it explains why you need to change it, what's going to be if you won't change it, and how much it will cost you. And the customer can put a tick and confirm via app that, okay, I like to order those repair works, and that is done. And the third point is customer loyalty. I don't imagine repair shop owners taking care about their customer loyalties, calling their customers, greeting with birthdays, sending postcards, and etc. etc. They are good at repairing cars, but I don't know if they are very fancy with customer loyalty and customer engagement. So Patricia saw that her app could help to increase the customer loyalty, because she's quite a great marketer, and she's in auto repair business, and could input some kind of automated solutions into an app that would help most of those repair shops. Okay, so here are just a few testimonials from happy clients of Pixie. I don't know if those three guys are the three guys that paid each of five brands, but yeah, you will have my presentation you could read. And if you would have such kind of testimonials from your potential customers, even if your product is not ready yet, just imagine what starting positions in the market you could have even before your product launch. So the achievements of Pixie. They received 20,000 euros of government grants, not refundable, so take it and implement your product, because somebody saw that this product could help boosting the business in the country. They also get a contract for small government investment, that the government will put some money to help to build this business. Pixie got shortlisted into the one of the world's top accelerators to get accepted over there, and it's just a matter of time when Patricia will go to this accelerator. And finally, a Silicon Valley angel syndicate is prepared to invest $500,000 into this startup once the accelerator program is successfully finished. So, just a question from my side: how much coding was needed till this stage? Just ask yourself whether any kind of coding, programming, product building was needed to achieve these results. Okay. Next point of checkup is your marketing strategy and positioning. As far as I remember, answer. What do you mean by that? Was there a question? Did I miss something? Right. Okay. Okay. So if there was a question, just put my name, and I will notice it faster, and will have possibility to reply to it. Okay. So if you would have just one sentence to describe your product, what it would be? Just one sentence to tell the whole essence of your product. it is said that if you can describe your business, your product, your offer in one sentence, probably none of the marketer will be able to help you because you don't have the very, very essence. And it's not a secret that a good marketing strategy starts with effective positioning. So as far as I know, they had no programming was needed. Oh yes, actually. As far as I know, Patricia did something with programming, but actually she could achieve those results without any kind of coding, any kind of programming. So, and when you have such kind of market verification, you can hire top skilled programmers and do much more easier. Okay, so how we should do the positioning in the most efficient way? You might find different suggestions, but I've talked to more than 1,000 startups, and what I found that these 5 steps are the most easiest, and it's like some kind of a shortcut. So first of all, you should define your target segment, your target customer, your ideal customer. Then you find and focus on your point of differentiation. So previously, someone mentioned that the product could be based on pains. Yes, on pains, but if you would add something that would make different, various medicines can solve the same problem as aspirin solves. So there should be some kind of a point of differentiation. The third step is to have a proof, a verification that your offer is true, that you are able to deliver what you are promising. The fourth point is craft your positioning statement. It's not a positioning slogan yet, it's a positioning statement, and we will see how it is done. I will show one example. This is used only for your internal purposes. I mean that you don't tell your positioning statement to your customers, but you can tell it to your colleagues, to your investors, to your partners, that we are this and this, we're doing this and this. So it's like in one or a couple of sentences describing the whole essence of your marketing strategy. And final step is to craft your positioning slogan. The short message, maybe it's a couple of words, 3 words, maybe 1 sentence that describes your business for your target customers. So let's get to examples. Here is the structure of positioning statement. Like filling those spots in the brackets would allow you to create your own positioning statement. Just check it for yourself and see how it fits you. You must know what your target customer is. As we already discussed, it's the number 1. You should insert your brand, okay, your company name, your logo, your product name, or whatever. Then you should insert your point of differentiation, how you are different, how you are distinguishing from other alternatives in the market. Then we should have the frame of reference with whom we are competing, because okay, we are different from what, from whom, yeah. And finally, the reason to believe, the proof. And so here's an example. I'm not saying that this one is very ideal. I would have a cup of coffee and would think about how to make it more better, how to make it better. Oh yeah, here's the question. Does it necessary to have a specially designed logo? The short answer is yes, is no. Actually, most of startups feel very good when they have their own flag, their logo, that okay, this is who we are, and yeah, we can move it forward. It's emotionally good. But from the marketing perspective, to have a fancy logo at the very, very beginning is not necessary. Maybe other marketers will want to shoot me down for saying this, but there are much more important things to do at the very beginning. So the first thing, what would I do is to develop your positioning statement. And when you are clear about who you are, whom you're working, and what you are delivering, then you can go to the designer and to say your positioning statement, and to ask the designer to draw the logo that suits best those your sentences. So okay, let's get back to the Click Lab. I'm not advertising them, but it's not a big thing. You can check them because they are free of charge, and it's a tool actually. So their positioning statement, which could be used for the internal purposes, not for the customers, could look like: This one. ClickLab is a content marketing platform for small and medium enterprises and online entrepreneurs. So notice, they have already mentioned their brand and their target customers. It allows to share any, even third-party content easily, adding a branded call to action and a link to a page. Platform helps to track, engage, and convert leads, and best of all, it's free of charge. Anyone can test it at any time. So they made the point of reference that it's a content marketing platform, so that if you are willing to do something in content marketing, ClickLab can help you. And their point of differentiation is, which I found really awesome, that you can share the third-party content, the content which is not yours. You are not stealing this, but you can add your advertising on this content. Later, after a few slides, I will show the screenshot of the ClickLab, of their value proposition, and you will see how it looks like. So the main thing is that ClickLab helps with the content marketing, and they have a unique value proposition, and it's free. When I talked to founders, I asked, okay, when you are planning to start charging for that, because the service is awesome. I used their service to gather those startups for my survey and to gather startups for my book buyers. So it really works. It works well, and yeah, it's free of charge. You just need to find the content relevant to your target audience and to share this content via this app. Now, when you have the main point of your marketing strategy, the positioning statement, you could craft your main marketing strategy. There are different approaches how marketing strategy should look like. Through my practice, I've seen a marketing strategy that fits in a couple of sentences, and a marketing strategy that needs 40 or even 50 pages to be explained. And those strategies are dead strategies, actually. They don't work very well. Why? Because they're too large and it's too difficult to implement them. So my advice for startups, for starting entrepreneurs, is to answer 3 questions, at least those 3 questions. What are you selling? To whom you are selling? And how you are selling. So I guess you have already talked about that in positioning and marketing seminars, so we won't focus on that. But here's another stuff that I would like to show you that's related to your marketing strategy. Have you ever seen the market cube? This is the market cube. It shows 4 different possibilities how you can grow your market share, how you can grow your sales. And this is your strategic decision, which direction you will go. So just anyone who has seen this market cube ever before. So briefly, I'll explain main ideas. Okay, so there are 4 possibilities how you can have more sales. The first one, and mostly used by all startups, nearly all startups, is the market penetration right here. I hope you see my cursor. So it means how many customers have already bought the product. If you are a startup with an innovative product or service, nobody knew such product before, or okay, there are few competitors who have similar products. So the market penetration is quite low, like 5% of potential customers are using this innovative solution. So you have 95% of the market yet without this solution, and they are your potential clients. So in most cases, for most startups, actually it is the right decision to focus your marketing strategy on market penetration, to attract as more as possible new users who are not using yet this innovative solution, innovative product or service. But what you're going to do next? When you get the market penetration filled, so what's next? So there are other possibilities. The second one is the average purchase size. We're briefly going to talk about upsell strategies, cross-sell strategies. So generally, you should think, okay, if I get one customer, what should I do to sell more to him? How could I earn more money, more profit from one customer? It doesn't matter if I penetrate some extra new markets, new segments, but okay, here's one customer came to my shop, to my online store or whatever, And what could I do to get more money out of him? And this will be my growth strategy. I will have to offer him something new, something extra, and so on. The third possibility is average rate of purchase. It's not applicable for all. For instance, just for instance, okay, if you are selling houses, so can the strategy help to gain max market shares? About market share, I'm going to talk. The market share is the fourth possibility, but let's get down to the third possibility, average rate of purchase. So quite many shops, retail shops, are focusing on this. They want that, for instance, if the person comes to the retail shop on average 3 times per week to buy grocery products, if they could do that, the person would come to the grocery shop 4 times a week, they could increase their sales on average by 30%, just for example. And most startups can do this if they are selling the products or services that have a repeat potential. I mean, if you are selling houses, okay, how many houses a person can buy per year? So one, a couple, I don't know. So selling houses and building the marketing strategy on average rate of purchase wouldn't be the best choice in this case. And now the fourth possibility is the market share. Right here we have competitors, competitor A, B, and C. The market cube shows what is the overall market size. It shows what is the market penetration, what is the average purchase size. For instance, average purchase is 50 euros, $50. Average purchase rate is, okay, 2 times per month, 1 time per year, whatever, it depends on the industry. And we have like a pie with competitors. If we are a new player in this game, we see 3 competitors. Okay, 32%, 15%, 53%. The wise decision would be to focus on one competitor and to find the target segment which is significant for us, significantly big for us, but maybe not so highly important for that potential, not potential, but for direct competitor. And maybe with this target segment is underserved. For instance, if there's the competitor C, they have 53% of the market, so I bet that there are customers that are not fully satisfied with their services. Maybe with their price, maybe with their quality, maybe with delivery, maybe with something else. So you just name it. And if you would find at least a couple percent of those target customers, and would say, okay, my marketing strategy is to take 2% from competitor C and 1% from competitor A. And how will I do? It's the answer to the question how. How will I sell? For instance, if I know that my potential customers who are now buying from competitor C are underserved in certain conditions, so the answer to how question is that I will have to deliver a certain value that solves those target customers' needs better than competitor C. So, is it clear about the market cube? And if there will be any questions, I will answer. I just have to move on with the next steps. So here is a brief marketing strategy from J. Conrad Levinson, the author of Guerrilla Marketing. And when I talk to my students, okay, I should recommend other textbooks that are included into the study programs. But I tell sincerely to my students and to my clients and to my partners that if you would have a chance to read one single book about marketing, not about startup marketing, but generally about marketing to get better ideas, how to develop your business, it would be Guerrilla Marketing by J. Conrad Levinson. And here is the 7-sentence strategy example from Guerrilla Marketing. So it's like a guerrilla marketing strategy. Obviously, I can't share with you any strategies from those startups that took part into the research. It would be not ethical from my side. So I had to make my own strategy to show you like an example. And I will share these slides. You can go into the details and to see how this strategy could be formulated. I made the strategy for online courses that I could prepare and sell after the book launch and how I plan to do this. So do notice. I'm not sure that I understand everything about the cube. Is it correct to focus on the stronger directions? Um, yes. Actually, you should focus not like on the stronger direction, but on more perspective direction to check which direction is easier to implement and where the expected results are greater. So generally, we can say the stronger direction. Yes. In real life practice, it is said that if you will focus on more than two directions, it will be quite difficult to implement. And if you are just starting a business, okay, maybe you should focus on one main direction and other directions just to keep up to your main direction. But try to choose your priority direction and then the second one. That would be the best choice. Which is easiest to implement and where you should expect to achieve the highest growth. Okay, for example, people buy a lot but rarely. So I would try to increase the amount of purchase but not the frequency. Yes, if it is by default by the essence of the business. For instance, if you are selling cars, very expensive cars, people are not buying cars every month. Maybe somebody, but most of all not. So selling the upgraded car, the more expensive car to the same customer would be the right decision. Yes, that would be the right example. Okay. Profit hacking formula. Now, when we have a marketing strategy set up, you can read those guerrilla marketing strategies. I will leave the presentation just saving our time. Now about profit hacking formula. So, okay. Profit hacking formula looks like this. It has three components. Somebody could argue that there are more components, but if you could master those three, you could achieve much better results than most of us are doing at the moment. If I myself would add this formula day to day and recheck how to implement it better and better, my results would grant me much more higher profit. So there are three components. First component is leads, or like traffic, the number of potential customers. If you have an online shop, so if you are selling something online, so it's traffic. If you have a retail shop, so customers who came in your shop are called leads, potential customers, in this. The second component is conversion rate. How many of those potential customers actually buy from you? For instance, if the conversion rate on website is just 4%, increasing by 1%, it would grant you quite a significant boost if the economy part is okay. And the third part is customer lifetime value. In some books, some authors say like just one word, economy of business. So how much money you can earn from one customer. And the mathematics is quite simple here. Your profit is the expression of multiplication. How many potential customers come to you? How many of them convert to real customers? And how much do you earn from each of those customers? Yeah, just calculate your sales profit from that. And what is the nice part about that? That it's the multiplication effect. If you would increase each of those components just by 2%, your final profit would increase by 8%. And if you succeed to increase your leads, conversion rate, and customer lifetime value just by 3%, your profit would increase by 27%. Yeah, that's the mathematics. That's why it's called growth hacking. For some people, it looks like, wow, like a miracle. Just putting something like 2 or 3%, and it makes increase up a 20 or even more percent in the final profit. So yeah, don't forget about this formula. How it should be implemented in real practice. So first of all, you should learn the sequence of profit hacking. So you should focus on economics first, on customer, on customer lifetime value, to think how much you could earn from one customer. Don't bother about the traffic, because you can buy traffic, you can pay for advertising, you can ask for InnMind to help you to drive traffic, and they are doing their job quite well. So First of all, think how you could increase the economics, the average income per customer, then about the conversion rate, and only then about traffic. That's the main rule. Don't start from the traffic because it will be the opposite. So what if you will have 1 million visitors, 1 million potential customers, if your conversion is zero, or if you are earning miserable profit from sales? The second point is increasing customer lifetime value in real actions, what you really can do about that. We will talk about in the next slide. Then increasing conversion rate. It depends on your area. Is it online? Is it offline? It depends on product and etc. Different strategies could be implied here. And finally, you should find your next alteration. You should never stop working on your profit growth formula. You should think, okay, I've implemented those changes. I succeeded to increase my profit by 5%. Okay, so what are my next 10 steps? What are my next experiments to do with the profit? So what could I do to increase my traffic, to increase my conversion, to increase my average customer lifetime value? And here is the slide, which I would like that you could remember, because if you would have to remember the one single slide from all the presentation, let it be this one, because it helps you to increase your customer lifetime value and to increase your overall economy from your sales. So first of all, think about creating upselling offers. I've seen quite many startups entering the market with their main offer. Maybe their main offer is quite good. It delivers huge value to customers. They adore that. They pay the certain amount of money, and the startup is happy about this amount. They said, okay, we have a quite nice profit margin on that. But when I ask, okay, where's your upselling? Do you know what is upselling and how it's different from cross-selling, or should we go a bit into details with that? Just upselling, cross-selling, downselling. If we could tell it briefly, just look at those shopping carts. Oh yes, so those. Yeah, great. So upselling means how you could sell a bigger offer to the same customer during the same purchase. As for instance, we already talked, somebody is intended to buy a car, you offer to a more fancy car with more added value in it. Okay. Cross-selling offer means that somebody is buying from you and you add some other products. Okay, you buy a computer and the salesman offers you to buy a mouse, to buy a pad, to buy maybe a video camera or something what's related to the laptop. You can think about in your particular niche as well what you could be selling. And the nice thing here is that you don't necessarily need to sell your own products. You can sell other people's stuff on affiliate links and earn your commission. In this way, increasing your sales profit through commissions earned by affiliate products. The third point is thinking how to create a repeated sales business model. Is it possible to do that people would buy again and again your product? It's quite difficult to sell people a subscription-based business products. I've seen that, okay, for most shareholders, for most founders, it's like a dream that if we would have implemented a subscription-based model, that would be quite easy life for us. Yes, I understand that. It's easy to calculate your income flow. But, application about, okay, you said that you had about upselling on InnMind. Okay, great. Just about the repeated sales model. Think about whether it's possible to implement or not. I had one client with whom we found the way how to make the fruit business, selling fruit business, to make it a repeated business model. A fruit subscription business we made out of it. The company was selling fruits on the market to the stores, and we said, okay, let's propose to offices a fruit subscription businesses. And they went quite good with that. So I'm sure that you can find the repeated sales business in your case as well. Downselling strategy. It should be as well a choice of yours. If it means that here is your main offer, but if the customer says, no, you know, I'm not quite sure that I will buy it, and he quits. He quits your shop, he quits your landing page, your sales page. So have in mind that if there would be a smaller value proposition, at a lower price, you would have a chance to keep this customer, to sell to him something, at least something. The most dumbiest thing is to offer nothing to your customer. He clicks, okay, I'm quitting this website, and that's it. You lost the customer, you earn nothing. The second dumbiest thing is to offer a simple discount. Okay, if you don't want to buy this product at ordinary price, I give you, okay, 50% discount just for nothing, just for you to buy. Maybe it's better than nothing, but if other customers will find out that, they will pretend that they don't want to buy your product and they will hoping for the discount. But the wise way to develop your downsell strategy. Okay, here's your main offer at a certain price, and here is your smaller offer at a smaller price. So if somebody doesn't want to pay a subscription $29 per month, offer them to try a free trial $1 a week or something like that. Offer them $5 per week plan or something like that. Just think about that. And the final point here is to find your affiliate sales partners. Just remember, we talked that you can sell other people's stuff based on commission, but also think about who could sell your product in exchange of commission from you. Just imagine how it would be great to have many salespeople whom you're not paying your salary, but paying.
Hello to everyone. Can you hear me? So do you hear the sound from my side? Okay, yes. So we are trying to solve this this issue right now, and just in a while we will we hope that Donatas' connection comes back. Donatas, we still do not hear you. Okay, so all right, Nelly, from my side it's okay, but what about from Donatas? Can you hear Donatas? Because I do not hear. Okay, so I would like to, let's do the following. While our team of moderators is contacting support, I'll just give you some information. So please, Nelly and Irina, could you please contact support center and ask a question about sound, or probably just it's necessary to reconnect, restart the connection from the beginning. Okay. Okay, so while we are trying to restart and resolve the issue with the sound, I will just give a few the wonders of technology. Yes, that's true. So I would just give brief idea about the upsell. Something that Dantas was was speaking about just a while ago, and as I gave you this link to the quite a useful article, but it was in Russian. So just the idea is that, as we all know, like the goal is to increase your profits. So to increase the profits, as Donatas has already mentioned, you can go through different ways. You can try to sell more frequent, etc. Or you can try to find new clients. But we all know that finding new clients, very often, it requires more funds, more resources, rather than going and speaking more and probably investing more resource into your existing client and trying to upsell. So meaning to increase the size of the purchase of one purchase. So how you can do that? You can first of all try to increase the quality of service. Well, this is always a good thing to do, but you can increase some benefits. You can add some additional benefits to the product, so you can offer some bonuses, as we discussed previously, some nice to have things when you have all the essentials already. So nice things that would add up would be very, very useful for your selling proposition. Furthermore, why upsell is so important, why adding new services is so important, that basically it helps you to increase the life cycle of your client, because like that you are able to keep longer relationships with your client. He will come back to you more often, and he'll probably continue being your client during longer period of time. First of all, because you offered something additional. Secondly, because basically you are updating some of your services, you're adding some new things, and this is a good strategy for you to continue working even with the same clients, but or delivering advanced option of your product. By the way, as an example, I can say, for example, like Apple, right? What they're doing, they're constantly okay, hello. So yeah, so I will just finish with my example. So what is Apple is doing? They're constantly adding new models, right? And they are keeping clients with them. Well, of course, they're gaining new clients all the time, but at the same time, these old clients, they stay because they get all the time new products. Okay, I can hear now Donatas.
I hope everybody else as well hears.
Yes, I'm giving you...
Okay, so thank you for keeping our guests.
Is the sound fine now?
Yes. Okay, awesome.
Okay, perfect.
So now let's continue. So I'll just briefly repeat about affiliate partners. I guess this was the part that only I heard myself, nobody of you. So just very, very briefly, you should start looking for your affiliate partners around your network, just to check who from your network are working with the same target segment as you are doing. They are not your competitors, probably they are not your providers as well. But if they are addressing the similar market as you are working in, so talk to them that maybe they could deliver your value proposition to their customers, for instance, a slight discount, a slight added value, and in exchange, your partners would get commission from you. That's the shortest, the simplest way. So the problem is if you don't have friends, you don't have business partners, and where you should look for affiliate partners, or if your business is absolutely innovative and nobody is dealing with the similar target groups, try to check for affiliate networks online. You can Google affiliate networks and so on. There are different of them. For instance, cj.com, clickbank.com, and many others. So if you could create your product over there to include them, and somebody will notice it and will be glad to offer to their audience to advertise your product and get their commissions paid. So just think about affiliate networks as well as possibility to add some extra monetization on your business. The fourth point, the fourth checkup is called like marginal users and magnets to get them. In the theory of economics, the marginal user is called somebody else, not like in the marketing. But first of all, I would like to suggest to identify your marginal users, those that are most potential users, those that are closest to the conversion point where they could become your paid customers. If you could focus your efforts not on all target customers, but only on those, initially on those who are closest to the conversion point, your conversion will be much more higher and you will achieve better results. How to do that? Try to implement the lead magnets. Have you heard anything about lead magnets, like free gifts, giveaways, just in exchange of contact details of potential customers? That's the stuff we are talking right here, but it's not necessarily limited to getting the email or phone number. That's not necessary about that. The lead magnet strategy could be implemented even in the retail, in the physical stores as well. So when you have indicated what kind of lead magnets could be used, create them and implement them in your sales funnel or sales pipeline. So here are three main classes of marginal users which I would recommend to focus. So first of all, the potential customer, the marginal user A, is the one that is quite close to becoming a paid customer, but he's yet not buying. So think what kind of a gift, what kind of a magnet, what kind of a proposal would make him to become a paid customer. What is needed? What you could offer to him that he would become your first-time customer again. The marginal user B is the customer, but yet it is not your repeated customer, yet it is not your loyal customer. Think if they bought your product and never come back. It might be a problem with the product, with your service delivery, or other issues. But maybe your marketing is not quite good at this stage and you're not taking care about your customers. Yes, we had some clients with whom we helped to do their businesses. The problem was that they stick their clients with themselves. They serve their clients once, forget about them, and focus on attracting new ones. So just think what lead magnets could help you to stay your current customers with you. And marginal user C is the one that was your customer, maybe it was your even repeated customer, and now he's not your customer anymore. What's the problem? Is there a problem with their service? Maybe the lifestyle or the business of the customer C has changed. You should check that. And to think if it is not related to their lifestyle, to any outside circumstances, if it's related to your marketing and to your product, be ready to prepare some kind of lead magnets to hold those customers back to your business. And here are just a few examples of possible lead magnets. Yeah, we talked to B2B prospects, one of those startups that was in the research. Here is their offer. They do the data entry service. They help you, for instance, if you want, let's say, to gather the contact details of CEOs of certain companies, they can do that task. If you need some kind of an office assistant, a virtual assistant, yes, they can do that. So this is their lead magnet to get their first-time customers, the marginal users. They say, okay, we offer 120% money-back guarantee and the first 10 hours on their house with no obligation. And I asked, yes, really? So can I ask you to do me a favor that will take 10 hours of your time and you will do this? And they said, yes, absolutely. So this is an advertising for them. If you need something to be done in 10 hours, get in contact with them. It's their official promise. And as I've talked with founders, it's quite efficient in their case. It won't work in any market. In more conservative markets, it probably won't be working as good as USA. They're based in USA. Because more conservative markets will have some assumptions that if you're offering something for free, it's probably not very good with the quality. It might be the issue. But in that target market, that was awesome. And if you notice that there is a double benefit, a 120% guarantee, that when you become their paid customer, after those 10 free hours, if you want to become their customer, to get their support more and more, they guarantee you 120% money back. I talked to them and they said, okay, they were through their history, few hundred clients, and only a couple of them asked money back. So they're doing their service quite well, but they are fair also. So they get this guarantee alive. So this is the lead magnet example for the first time marginal customer. Welcome back to the ClickLab. We talked about them, so here's the screenshot from their side. And I would say that this is their positioning statement, quite a good one. Add your call to action to any content. Yeah, you could improve it, but it quite well says the main essence, and get it for free. And that doesn't obligate you to do anything. If you want, you can try it. If you don't like it, okay, that's up to you. And here is the example how it looks like. It puts an image, your advertising, your title, and you can put any kind of link to anywhere you want. I've tried their service and found that there are some kind of issues with possibly LinkedIn posts and some other websites. Maybe they don't allow those pop-up windows or this stuff. But most of content that I've shared through my network worked very well with ClickLab. And another one example for more conservative markets, it's the Hostaway from Sweden. The Hostaway is the platform that helps with the booking of rooms, flats, residential property for holidays. And they found that there is a significant issue, a very painful problem. If you want your flat, your residential property to be booked during the holiday season, and if the season is quite tight, you don't want to have empty days, empty nights. You want to book it fully. So you put your residential property into all possible booking platforms that their conditions are quite normal. And the problem is that for instance, if an Airbnb booking is confirmed, you must cancel that certain date from all other booking platforms. Otherwise, you will have double booking. And this is a terrible problem, because if you have double booking, customers not happy, you can be thrown out away from those. So what Hostaway does, they say, okay, this is the easiest way to get more bookings. They explain that their platform helps to manage the same residential properties on more than 150 different vacation rental platforms worldwide. You can try it for free for 2 weeks. You can have a free demo call to explain you how to do that. And if you would like to stay with them after the 2 weeks, this is their core value proposition, $10 per month per listing. It means if you have one residential property, you want to book it, you can put it with a hostaway in 150 booking platforms, and $10 is the price that will solve your painful problem of double booking. That's it. 5. Engines of growth: sticky, viral, and paid. Most of the startups, even those who are not in the market yet, said that they hope for viral growth because they're working on something tremendous, on something awesome. And I guess most of us, even myself, caught myself thinking about that. Okay, I have a brilliant idea and it can go viral, and wow, boom. So this is one of the mistakes that startups do, and it even has a certain term, hope marketing. I hope that everything will be okay. So it's not necessarily the truth. Why should anyone recommend your service or product? What's in it for them? Why should they do that? That's a simple question. So before the product launch, try to have those answers that your potential customers, your affiliate partners, we already discussed, they will recommend your service because they get commission on that. But why the heck the customers should do that? Why? If there is a sincere answer, you believe it, you have tested it, yes, go on, and you can hope for the viral marketing. Yeah, marketing. I hope that everything will be okay. So here is the steps, the roadmap, how you could do that. So first of all, audit your efforts to grow. Check which is more valid in your case, because not all businesses can go viral from their essence. Maybe paid engine is more useful for you. So just check it. Just make an audit. What could accelerate your business growth in current stage, after the product launch, when you already in the market, when you are scaling? So what factors could help you to do this? Generally, I would first of all consider the sticky engine of growth. It means that once the client came to your business, but I want my product to go well. Oh, yeah, yes, Steven, everyone wants that. So the sticky engine of growth means that if the customer came to your business, it sticks to your business. You are keeping them. You have a very low churn rate, that very little customers go away from yourself. This means sticky engine of growth. So whenever you attract any new customer, it helps growing your eternal customer database. Viral engine of growth, okay, everybody knows that customers are advertising, and it goes word of mouth advertising, and it's awesome, it's great. I will show you a tool which helps to do that, and I'm using it, and I will show this example. Then consider paid engine of growth. If you have money, if you got funded, okay, you can think about paid engine of growth at the very beginning, but it would be wise still to check the sticky engine of growth to keep your customers coming and sticking with you, because you can spend money until you have money. What you're going to do if you run out of the budget and won't achieve your certain milestones for another fundraising stage. And look for possible optimizations everywhere. I'm talking about this a bit into more details in my book, where you could find those optimizations, but check reasonably what could be optimized. Maybe there are not necessary things and you're spending on them. And finally, decide which engine of growth to use. It is advised to put your focus on one. Yes, you can combine two of them, but if you would like to have all of them, it might be quite difficult. You would need a good marketing professional, a good team, or a good luck. So generally, focus on one engine of growth, and okay, maybe it could be a secondary engine as well in your mind to join them, but don't chase all of them, because you won't catch any of them. And here's the viral loop. Have you ever heard about pirate metrics? Ash Maruya talks about that in his book Running Lean, because it said R like acronym from acquisition, activation, retention, revenue, and referral. Ash says that there is such a term like a vanity metrics. You can measure your growth, your number of visitors, your potential customers, your users, not paid users, but just general users. And all of that is just a vanity metrics. It generally shows nothing about traction of your business. So when you are seeking to achieve significant growth, try to check this one. Pirate metrics is, Steven, pirate metrics is this one, like the acronym. Acquisition, how we measure the acquisition. For instance, we can measure website visitors. If we would use website visitors alone as a metric, it would be a vanity metric, because I can buy on Fiverr.com 1 million visitors at a price of $100. What it would help me? Just to show the boosted numbers of visitors? Nothing, no real essence. But if we use other metrics aligning to the first one, to the acquisition, then it's becoming like a pirate metrics for viral loop measurement. So activation metrics could be said like signups. How many of those million visitors who came to my site sign up for a newsletter, sign up for a special promo, downloaded the lead magnet, or whatever it is? Activation. Then we are talking about retention. They got this lead magnet, they downloaded the report, they watched the video or whatever. How they came back to the website? Have they done any additional step towards my sales, towards the sales of my product? For instance, if I'm willing to sell my book, so has anyone after this webinar went to the Amazon.com and checked my book? If somebody did that, I could measure, okay, this is the retention. Somebody checked that, I'm giving the plus for this metrics. In this example, there's a second retention. Okay, you can have few metrics in each of those, but generally, okay, it's retention. Then we are talking about revenue metrics. How many paying customers I have, how much I'm earning for them, and any kind of economical factors in that. And finally, referral. If we are thinking about creating viral loop, it means that, okay, I'm attracting new customers into my sales funnel, and viral loop means that at the very end, some of the customers start helping me attract new customers into my viral loop. And this happens again and again and again. So in the referral stage, I can calculate evangelists. For instance, how many evangelist clients I have in my database. How many clients are referring me? That could be a nice metric to have and to know. Okay, here's a simple example of product going viral. It's a lady shoe store online. Maybe a strange example to check it from the guy. I'm not buying on this website, but they did quite a nice marketing. And how they are different, how they could be called a startup. They are selling shoes online, so why it's a startup? Why it's not another online store? There's a long story about that. We could talk about that. But what I want to show today is the quiz. What they are showing to their customers. When this website is designed for ladies, and this website wants to sell as more as possible shoes to the ladies. So what's the problem for ladies? That it's quite difficult to pick the shoes, the right shoes, to find them. So, and okay, we could find more and more problems over there. But what Shoe Dazzle does, they asks, okay, which shoe is the most of you? This or this? You click, okay, this one. What's your go-to black style? Okay, maybe this one. And you fill this quiz. It's quite easy. It's quite engaging. It's quite fun. And the right ones. Okay, maybe. When you fill this quiz, there is the automated solution which predefines your style. The system understands what kind of style of shoes you like, what fits you best. As far as I know, this technical solution was done with designers, with clothing and shoe designers as well. So when the Shoe Dazzle sends you a newsletter, you are pretty sure that they are sending to you those shoes that you most likely will like. They are not sending just bulk new releases, because they know results of your test, and the system will help them automatically to select those shoes that will be more interesting for you. how it goes viral. Those who solve this test, they like sharing this. Even I'm not buying, I'm not their client, but I'm talking about that. That's already viral. Okay, next example, it's mine. Don't take it as for pure advertising, but you can check it, evolutioncurve.com. I've asked myself, okay, what could I do to boost the viral effect of my book, especially of the paperback book, because I could initiate the pre-orders for Kindle and it did quite well. So I'm using the Mitra app. I will show this app in the next slide, and you will get the link exactly how to use it. So everyone who signs up on this website gets 20% discount for the paperback version on Amazon once the book is a live paperback book. Okay, but the main point here is that I'm offering a 3-month mentorship, a mentoring program which is worth nearly 1,500 grand, and I will be working with those startups who will win, who will be in the top 3 at the list on the April 30th, April 30th. And okay, here are conditions, how we're going to do this, and etc. etc. If you would like, you can check that, you can sign up it, you can skip it if you don't like it. I'm showing this just like an example. I'm giving to people the reason to sign up. Even if you don't want to participate in this one, you can sign up and you will save on the book. That's it. If you want to get this price, what you have to do, you must refer this unique link that you will get through the system to your friends. If any of your friends will sign up through your link, you will get 1 point. The more you points have, the higher in the list you get. So I have a startup from Belarus in the second position. I guess in the second position. In the first position, I have a startup from Lithuania, and I have many startups that have collected only one or two signups at the moment. So there's pretty quite good chances for you to get on board and to get in the top 3 positions over there. So I'm using Mitra application. It's not free, but it's not quite expensive. When a few years ago I wrote a book in my native language for students, I made a case study of one company that was selling Ballantine's whiskey, and they had to pay approximately in euros, something like close to 10,000 euros to get them similar application created that they could use this content on Facebook at that time. So now, like peanuts with Mitra. And here is the next example of how your offer could go viral. It's the Mitra app, the one that I'm using as well. And what they offer. If you refer this app to 50 friends, to 50 people, if they sign up, you will get this app for free lifetime ever. Even 20 friends will sign up, you will get 50% discount. That's it. So you can check it, and yeah, it's not my product, I'm not advertising it, but I found it useful for myself, so I'm sharing it. And when startups say that, okay, our product will go viral, I'm asking them how, what you plan to do. So if you could include this tool or any other tool, that could help you. And by the way, there's no slide about pay with the tweet app. This app is absolutely free. Yes, it has paid version, premium version, but if you would Google pay with a tweet, you could find that app. And basically what it does, you can have a content that you want to share with your audience, but maybe you don't want their emails. Maybe you don't want to ask them to enter their email. You said, okay, guys, here is the short video, here is the MP3, here is the audiobook, or whatever downloadable content there is. You say, okay, if you would share this news, this link within your network, on Twitter, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, or I don't know, there are a few possibilities. After you click share, you get unlocked this resource and you can take it. So it's quite easy and quite engaging. If you want to get this benefit, share it with your friends. That's it. That's simple. So pay with a tweet, free tool, check it. Marketing automation. Have you seen similar marketing automation workflows? This one is pretty simple. I see that the time is running down, so if you could advise me how much time I have, we could go into deeper details with automation, or we can go it in the easier way. Just, but how can I do it? With offline product, Roberto, if you could tell a bit more what is your online product, maybe write an email to me or to InnMind, we could think about how to do this. It's not like one-fits-all solution, but even on Mindtrap, if you would look their success stories, testimonials from clients, you can find the physical products that used their service. As far as I remember, there was a company selling soap and giving the soap away for each sign up or something like that. So there are truly possible ways. So okay, now about marketing automation. I hope you can see my cursor over here. Just okay. So even if your business is online, especially if it is online, you should think about marketing automation even before launching your product. Before launching your product, if you could set up at least simple marketing automation workflows, it would make your life much more easier, less frustrating, and will help you to achieve higher conversion rates in certain points. This is just a simple example. For instance, there is the landing page and there is the offer for free report, free ebook, whatsoever. Sequence. Offer a free trial, for instance. If someone downloaded your product, you got their email, then you can send them. This automation workflow is designed for email marketing automation, but there are more sophisticated solutions with SMS sending and even those how is it called, guys call call centers and other tools. But if you would like to start with marketing automation, MailChimp account is free. It doesn't provide a true marketing automation, but it allows you to collect up to 2,000 emails and to send you 12,000 emails. It means you can have 2,000 subscribers and send 12,000 emails per month. The marketing automation platform that I prefer is ActiveCampaigns. It's a bit cheaper than MailChimp and more convenient for not technical geeks. It's simpler to use. I'm not a technical guy, so it's easier for me. Okay, let's get back to the scheme. So if you want to implement some kind of similar marketing automation workflow, here it is. Once we have the email of potential customer, we can offer him a free trial. Just test our product for 2 weeks, like a host away, for instance. If the potential customer says yes, okay, go to the free trial, he did the free trial, even while he runs the free trial, we can offer a webinar. For instance, we want to sell the product with a higher value, with a higher price. If they sign up to the webinar, okay, after the webinar, during the webinar, we can send him a special offer for premium service. If he says yes, he purchases this offer, then the sequence with welcome and training is launched. The sequence means that they can be not only 1 email, but 5 emails, even 10 emails if you wish. Usually, there are used from 3 up to 5 emails in one sequence. It's like a healthy sequence. In USA, they use 8 emails, 12 emails, or even they bombard their customers every day. I don't advise to do this, but just see what fits best in your target market. For instance, if the customer has signed up, he receives welcome email, training email. Why? Because we want him to be engaged in our product and successfully using it. If he successfully uses the product, then the next step could be upsell offer. You are happy our product, and here's the deal. We have something extra, something like a mastermind, something that not everyone knows about that, but you are our dear customer, you can buy it. This is the upsell strategy. And another email sequence is launched, for instance. After he purchases, if he purchases, we are launching the social sharing engagements sequence. you're using our product, please share with your friends, maybe here's a gift for your friends or something like that. And what is good about the marketing automation, that in each step you can foresee what if. So for the very beginning, if we have the offer for free trial and the person doesn't sign up for a free trial, what to do next? This was the best case scenario when everything happens in the way we want it to happen. So if he says no, the sequence is launched, free trial reminder. Called, okay, we can send him 3 emails or 5 emails to remind him that, okay, here's the free trial. Maybe here's another small bonus if you use this trial. Maybe we can provide him a live support. Okay, we connect Skype and we'll help you to set up your trial account if you wish. And if he still says no, then we can send a weekly tips. I don't know what kind of industry that could be, but in any industry there could be useful tips. Some kind of weekly reports, weekly tips, how to do this, how to increase your business, how to make it better, or whatsoever. After 4 weeks in this sequence, there is a suggestion to launch a webinar sequence. The webinar is recorded or already foreseen that webinars will be running every month, for instance. So this sequence will try to bring those potential customers who didn't try the free trial, who didn't react in our free trial invitations additionally, but who still had our weekly tips. Then they go to the webinar. And in each step, if yes, the suggestion is this one. If no, the suggestion is this one. So that's what marketing automation means. So if you would have just a simple email marketing, like sending, okay, I have your emails, and bombarding you with the offer, somebody opens, somebody doesn't open. Once one of them signs up, another one doesn't sign up, another one signs up, but then quits. So most of those marketing automation platforms allow you to set very, very different triggers. So check activecampaigns.com. As far as I was been looking for a solution for myself, I found them one of the best possibilities on the market. If you want to try starting collecting emails, use MailChimp. It's free of charge. ActiveCampaign starts, I guess, $9 a month, so it's not a big issue actually. And the final part, the final checkout before the launch, marketing plan. I called it outline, execute, measure, and learn. If you are aware with the lean startup, the same is here with the marketing. Once you execute it, you must measure your results and you must make some insights. You must learn from it. I've seen marketing plans very different, ranging from few pages to 50 pages, 90 pages, whatever. What's important about startups, and what was mentioned in the topic of this webinar, that don't believe in big boom, in big launches. This is a myth. I've surveyed more than 1,000 startups, and those who were expecting to enter the market with a big launch, with fancy show, big PR, and so on, most of them failed. I've checked the researches from other authors, and I found that approximately 80% of startup big launches fail. Yes, for 20%, 1 of 5 startups can be successful with a big launch if they are well prepared, if they are on the right market conditions, and so on. Yes, they can succeed, but 4 startups out of 5 will go out of money and still won't achieve a significant sales. They will waste their whole marketing budget to do a big buzz, to build a big boom over their launch, but their sales won't increase significantly in this short period of time. Why? Traditional business can do that, count on this, because they know their market quite well. But for startups, when they're offering some kind of an innovation, and especially if you have just a market verification from a small portion of the market, many uncertainties still exist in the market. Many people even are not aware of the product you are trying to offer to them. So to count that they will understand your marketing message and other aspects of your marketing would be too naive. So my suggestion would be avoiding big launches and launch your product into the market step by step. Get verification from the potential customers. initiate your market launch, and then focus on your next segment, on your next market. Maybe it's the next geographical market, but the same segment from demographics criteria and some psychographics. Okay. So how to do the marketing plan on one page? I actually like to keep things as simple as possible. I use this methodology for myself, and previously I run a marketing agency. I've been preparing sophisticated marketing plans, but most of the clients said, okay, these plans are quite good, quite cool, quite okay. But when I check them after a few months, far not all of them were implementing those marketing plans. Why? Because they were too big, too large, too many details. So then I came to the decision to make a marketing plan on one page. If you print A4 format, one page, stick it to your, I don't know, working board, putting close to your table, putting on your desktop or whatever you want in front of your eyes, every day you can see your marketing plan. And here I will show you how simply to do this stuff. And I truly wish that you could implement that. It doesn't make much difficulties to do that. So first of all, you should define your main goal. Use SMART methodology. I hope you know what SMART methodology. Check it online. It means simple, measurable, realistic, attainable, and time-based. So simple goal, what you want to achieve. I will show you the exact example. The second step is to outline the objectives. What needs to be done? Generally, 4, 5, maybe 3 general tasks, general objectives, what needs to be done that I would eventually achieve my main goal. If I put all those objectives in a row, I should see that for sure I will achieve my goal. If no, if I won't achieve, if there's no guarantee that I will achieve my goal, it means there's a problem if you're in your objectives or whether in your goal. But when you have your objectives listed, break down your objectives into tasks, into to-dos, into marketing measures, into simple steps that could be done in order to finalize the objective. And finally, tie those tasks to dates and to budgets to check when could you do this and how much that could cost you. So, I don't know whether it's visible for you. For me, it's quite difficult in the shrink screen, but should the goal be about money, about quantity of users? Yes, generally yes. The goal should be measurable and should be based not on vanity metrics. For instance, if you would say, I would like to reach 1 million users, okay, just users, not paid users, this is like a bit of a vanity metrics. It requires additional criterions. And here's the example of my own marketing plan. I just put it into the book because I can't share the other startups' marketing plans. So the goal looks like this one: to sell at least 1,000 startup marketing courses online at average price of $239 in 12 months after the book launch. So it is time-based, it describes money, it describes sales volume. It's quite exact, quite precise, it's realistic. I believe it's realistic. The next step is to define objectives. If I want to achieve this goal, okay, I decided that the first step that I should do is to create an online courses worth at least $500. I will be charging a bit more than $200, so if the course package is worth $500, so everybody should be happy. I should be happy, and customers should be happy. So the objective number one is this one. Second objective is to drive at least 200,000 targeted visitors to landing page. This number is not just made out from the sky, it's based on calculations, and you will see it at the very end. If I have 200,000 visitors to my landing page, my next objective is to acquire at least 50,000 potential customer contacts. I should offer some kind of a lead magnet to get their email details, maybe phone numbers, but probably email details. That, if you remember, I'm planning to launch the email marketing automation. That's why I need to capture 50,000 potential customer emails. This is 25% conversion, quite high conversion. I'm not sure if I'll be successful, but if those 200,000 are targeted visitors, and if the lead magnet is great, it's possible. I've checked on my recent lead magnet on sharing those templates, the conversion rate was 23% or something like that, 23.4.6. The third objective is to activate at least 15,000 potential customers, 30% conversion rate. Activate means from the pirate metrics. Remember, what do you mean by activate customers? Yeah. In this particular case, activate customers means that, okay, you downloaded the free book copy, you downloaded templates or whatever, but you are not active. I'm not sure if you're active, if you are doing something with that. I will offer you to attend a free video course. It will be called Irresistible Offer, how to attract the interest of your customers, even when you don't have your product developed yet. And there will be 3 short videos explaining the essence, how to craft an irresistible offer, how to make an awesome offer that customers will love your offer. Yeah. So if those customers, potential customers whose emails I have, I'll send them. And if 15,000 of them will check this video course, it means they were activated. They clicked on the link, they watched the video, and it's up to me to decide what I'm calling activated. Is it enough just to click the video? Or my goal is that they should review all those 3 videos in series. If they check these 3 videos, I know that they understand the marketing essence, why it's important to grab the irresistible offer, and so on and so forth. And in the last video, I will explain them. Okay, guys, you know what? I can give you an additional value, but this is a comprehensive course. It will cost this amount of money. I will deliver this and this and this value. And here is the final objective: to sell online courses to at least 1,000 customers. Just 7% conversion. It's quite realistic based on data that I received from other webinar organizers and online course organizers. They shared, for some of them, their conversion rate is smaller. For others, it's even 20 and 20 up %. So it's up to the strategy how it will be implemented. So if all those 5 objectives will be implemented, the goal will be achieved. Is it clear up till now? So the next step is to make detailed tasks right here. What I need to do to achieve this particular task, this one, this one, this one, this one. Okay, there could be more, there could be less of those tasks, but it's the essential list of what has to be done. So, and now here is the Excel spreadsheet. I don't know, I guess I have shared this spreadsheet with the InnMind, if not yet, so I will share it. You can download it. It is as well possible to download from evolutioncurve.com/templates. It's mentioned in the book where to download them. So I'm not greedy. You can use that. This Excel spreadsheet helps you to list your main objectives and tasks. Objective and tasks for certain objectives. Objective and tasks, and so on and so forth. And what's the main benefit of this Excel spreadsheet is that here are months and weeks. And you mark, I've chosen the blue color, you can choose whatever color you like. Just marking, okay, in this particular period of time, I will be working on this particular task. That's it. In the same part, I write down how much I plan to spend on it, how much money is needed for certain tasks. And at the very end, what I get, that I have the estimation for each of the tasks and for each of the results, how much money I need for marketing here. And I know how much money is needed for marketing every month, right here. It's quite simple, quite easy to do. And finally, if you see your final budget too high, it's up to you to decide where you will cut your costs. Maybe you will throw out something from your strategy. Maybe you will add other less expensive tools and so on. And here I have a notification that we tried to plan but failed to execute. Yes, don't worry about that. One professor said, if the plan is such that you don't need to change anything in the plan is bad. So it's not the bad that there are some changes needed in the plan, The main thing is to finally execute them. And here's my suggestion how you could do this. 3 steps, 3 simple advices how to make your marketing plan to be alive, at least alive. So the first task is to define your 3 marketing tasks for the next week. If you like to do it on Monday or on Friday, it's up to you to make a decision. I prefer to do this on Fridays, to take a cup of coffee and to think, okay, what 3 major tasks should be done in the next week? 3 major tasks. It can be 1 major task, 2 tasks, not more than 3. 3 tasks, 3 goals, what I want to achieve. Then measure and report checkpoints. Even if I am alone in my team and I'm working one for myself, I should make a small report for myself as well. The next Friday, I should make a cup of coffee again, sit down and to check, okay, was I successful with my goals or not? Okay, I've achieved this 1 goal, another goal is partly achieved, the 3rd one was failure. Why? I must check data, I must check the info, why it happened. So I shouldn't wait for a month or even longer to see that my marketing plan failed. In this way, I have checkpoints every week, and if I see that I'm going to the wrong direction, that if I'm not achieving the desired action, I can change the course of my action at the moment. And yeah, the 3rd point is learn what didn't work out. It's always the same. I have never ever seen a marketing plan that would have only those marketing measures, only those marketing tools that worked very well. There's always in the marketing plan the tools that don't work as well as they were expected. So it's not a problem that they are in the plan, you just simply can exclude them from the plan. Okay, if you have achieved your weekly goals, maybe you can have a beer instead of cup of coffee. Yeah, great advice. Yes, great advice. A beer and a barbecue during the weekend. Yeah. So this was the last slide from those 7 checkups before launching your product into the market. And here I am, ready to answer your questions. Okay. Any questions? Just raise your hand. Let me know. The main question is about execution. Yes. Execution and the eternal decision.
Hello to everyone. Can you hear me? So there seem to be some technical issues once again. Yeah. So do you have any questions to Donatas? Probably, if you. Okay. Yeah. So yes, if you have questions, you can send questions to us. Here is our email where you can address your questions, and we will redirect your questions to Donatas, and we will have a publication with the video, with a record of today's webinar, where you will be able to see it once again and receive the answers to your questions. All right, and just to finalize, thank you, Donatas, a lot for the useful information that you shared with us today, for the examples. That was very, very useful, and for the steps. Now the task is for our listeners is to execute, just to go and take this information and to implement it in your project, in your startups. We can also help you by, for example, first of all, we are organizing more webinars In April, there will be one more webinar for startups. It will be in Russian, and our moderators will send you the link just in a second to the next webinar that we'll have next week. It is for startups, how to solve the problems. You can still apply for the problem solution if you want your case, the case of your startup, to be discussed by the expert troubleshooter. You can still apply. We still have this kind of option. And in general, I would like our moderators to share with you the link to the webinar page. Yes, Don says there will be a video. There will be a video, sure. So I will ask our moderators to share the link to the webinars page where you can subscribe and get updates about our next webinars. About different marketing opportunities, you can also subscribe for our help in implementation of marketing activities, in organizing marketing campaigns. And you will get a link in a while, here also in the chat. Nelly and Irina, could you please send the link to marketing services webpage and to webinars webpage. At the same time, we invite startups who are looking for investors or who are who need to prepare some documents for investors to write to us, to write to us questions if you have any. We will answer your questions. We'll help you with the consultation if you need it. It is free, or we can help you to lead you to the investor, let's say like that. So we will help you to prepare the documents. We'll introduce you to the interested investors. And we will help you, yes, to present your project in a wise, in a way that investor is expecting from you. Thank you all for participating today. Thank you all for listening to our webinar, and we are looking forward to seeing you with us. If you're not yet registered on InnMind, please come and open your profile. It is for free, and join us at our next webinars.